just barging in here? God, dude. Gotta learn some privacy, man. This is insane. This is crazy people behavior. But I guess since you're here, my sweet, sweet little darlings, today we are going to talk about on how to differentiate between right decisions and wrong decisions. That is, been wanting to talk about that for a few days, but I haven't had the opportunity to record. Obviously, as you can see, the upload schedule is all fucked. But yeah, I this is something that I think people need to hear it, but because we don't want to hear it because we think we have our moral judgments already laid out, our bias is exposed. We like to think of ourselves as an open book. At least a lot of us do. And so sometimes when we are trying to think to ourselves, okay, well, there's good things and bad things about both of the choices that I have to make. So, how do I decide which choice to make? Both have their bads, both have their goods. And I think in order to truly be able to assess that, to truly be able to say, okay, wait, no, okay, this is the right move. First of all, depends on what you're talking about. But for the most part, you need to compile the list of positives and negatives. And this applies for jobs, this applies for things, this applies for people, this applies for really anything. You have to figure out the center of what you're trying to figure out. That is the ultimate goal. You have to come to at least some conclusion that will happen from the choices that you have to make. There will be a conclusion. And you need to try to figure out, okay, think long term. Where most people stumble is when they start thinking short term. They start thinking, well, if I can just get this job, my job sucks so bad right now. Maybe if I can just get this job, everything will be okay. But maybe everything might get worse. Maybe you making that decision is the worst decision you can make. How do you know? How do you know without proper footing in the world? How do we learn how to get our footing? Where do we learn to get our moral compass from? These are philosophical questions that only you can answer. I cannot answer them for you. You are going to have to draw your own conclusions. And whether that is that you agree with me or whether that's I'm a retard. One of the two is right and one of the two is wrong. Now, when I'm trying to make a pros and cons list, when I'm weighing out if these cons are worse than these cons. Let's say they have the same amount of cons. Same amount. Okay. Well, let's think about it. When you are thinking about the cons, try to put yourself in that position as if you're already there working those cons or fulfilling those cons. And those cons are an active part of your life now. Really try to meditate on that. This is you now. If you want a drastic change, not everything is going to be perfect. But you can make it perfect. But you have to be willing to change. Have to. Absolutely. And maybe making the right decision is that gut feeling. It's that gut feeling where you're like, oh, but if I do this, then I'm not going to be as comfortable as I am. Or if I take this job, I'm not going to know anyone there. And all my friends that I currently have at my job, all that time I spent building those relationships amounted to nothing. That's real. And there's a lot of things like that in life where it feels like, fuck, dude, I blew it. Maybe not blew it, but man, I didn't know how good I had it. I had no idea how good I had it. None. And that whole time that I had it, I was taking it for granted. I wasn't fully appreciating that moment. It isn't until you're healthy again, it isn't until you're sick that you realize how bad you want to be healthy again and how great it is to be healthy. But it isn't until you're sick. It isn't until life starts creating some turmoil, okay? That's when you start to understand how bad shit can get and what moves, whether something was truly good or truly bad for you. But you have to be able to place yourself in that moment. Have to. It's a must. Think about where you're going to be. Think about what will you achieve for others? What will you achieve for your family? What is this going towards your goal? Do you have a goal? That's another good one. Is this going towards your goal, or is it going away from the goal? So if you're trying to get into sales, but you're going to go apply for that warehouse job, well, how is that going to train you for sales? No, man. If you want something, you have to go for it. Straight up, no excuses. And you have to really want it. It can't just be like, I just want $1 million tomorrow, please. No. This is where that self-reflection, and this is why I really rag on people who don't smoke. It's why I really rag on people who don't take psychedelics. It's why I rag on them. I know a lot of those other guys you're listening to are telling you, "No, man, smoking weed is for losers, man. No, man, psychedelics are demonic, man." I've heard it all. But you know what they don't talk about? They don't talk about getting you out of your own frame of mind and putting you into another frame of mind. And that's what all this is missing. That's what their conclusion is missing that essential step where you need at least once a week to be able to think objectively. And if you're not smoking weed, how the fuck are you doing that? Because I'll tell you what, you say you can do it with the Bible, but a lot of people who are going with the Bible are also saying to kill all the Palestinians. Well, Gazans, Palestinians, I call them Gazans, but for now we'll just say Palestinians. And that's just what the first word came to my mind, and I don't feel like that, But anyways, and so you have a lot of people saying that and defending certain things because they don't know any better. They don't know. That's real. And this is why I try really hard not to get upset when I'm talking about politics, especially with somebody I know who's a liberal. I never get upset. I try never get triggered and keep my voice low. Unless you start hurling insults my way, in which case now you're on the shit list and I'm going to call you a retard. And not only am I going to call you a retard, I'm going to explain bit by bit why you're retarded. Okay? That's how it's going to go. We're going to go down the fucking list. We're going down the fucking list of why is this person retarded? But you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Try. Unless they give you a reason not to, unless you can see through their their performative empathy. If you can see past that, or maybe they aren't. Maybe they just, I've met somebody who isn't what I thought a liberal was. Yeah. I mean, I knew these kind of people existed, right? Like, every kind of person exists. If you can think up a personality, chances have it, there's a real person with that belief. Sorry, I was looking for the lighter, because we're going to take a bong rip. Yeah, that's right. We're taking a fucking bong rip. Do you have a problem with that? Huh? Do you have a fucking problem? No? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab your bowls, your bongs, your joints, your blunts, your dab heads, your dab rigs, your heroin needle, your meth pipe. Whatever it is, I want you to grab it right now, and I want to take a cheers. That's what I want to do, and then I want to keep talking about how to decide whether something's good or bad. That's what I want to do. And we're done with waiting. You pause the video. If you want to take a rip with me, pause the video right now and take a rip. But while you have the video paused, make sure you leave a comment, okay? You don't need to leave a like. You don't need to subscribe. Maybe if you want to leave a like, but you don't have to subscribe. 2 seconds, just give me an insult. Just say like cunt in the comment or call me ugly or something like that. Just comment anything down below. I really don't care. Just for the algo. Just for the algo, guys. Cheers. Oh, also, first bong rip of the day. Yeah, that's right. I held out. Discipline, guys. I held out until here, right now, to smoke this bong with you. That's true. I swear. Look, I don't even know if you guys can fucking see that, but it's all green. It's all green. I'm just going to move it around so I know that you guys are able to see it. All green. I just packed this. In fact, you want more proof? You want more proof? There's no weed in my grinder. No weed in the grinder. None. I packed everything I had into there as soon as I got off work. Boom. That's how we do it. So, with that being said, we're going to get a little silly. We're going to probably forget what we were talking about at least once, okay? It hasn't happened yet. It almost happened earlier, but I caught myself. But it's probably going to happen now. So, cheers, guys. Nice. Ay, ay, ay. That was a big one. She's still smoking too, but that ain't no issue. Damn, it just got hot in here all of a sudden. Holy shit. That bong rip just fucked me. Alright, I think I might have to pause. We might have to pause and go cool down. Alright, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to pause! We're gonna have to pause! Alright, well, we have a new shirt on. I was eyeballing this shirt when I was gonna first start recording, but I thought, no, the Suicide Boys shirt with the FTP mask. Come on, we want to be cool. Nope. Now we're forced to have the lactose tolerant t-shirt on. Fucking embarrassing. But cheers. I'll be honest. I don't really know what I was talking about with the whole the Palestinians thing. And first of all, I shouldn't be fucking ranting and raving about the Bible being interpreted certain ways. You know, it's retarded. It's a whole separate conversation and whole, you know, and I'm a retard and I've been up for a while. And I had something to say about that too, but I just forgot. That was too big of a bong rip. Dude, we might have to retire the bong, dude. For real. I wonder how these videos will eventually go. When we're off the weed. So yeah, I mean that's coming one day. You trust, bro. It's coming one day, but it's useful right now. You know what I'm saying? It's useful right now. It's a good way to manage the stress. But I got completely sidetracked. I don't even fucking remember what I was talking about. So, the fork in the road. You're gonna have to figure out a way to which way is the right way. You know, which way is the the best way to take. And how do you find that out? And like I said, I think the best way is through self-reflection and by really immersing yourself in what it would be like if you did the thing that you're out to do. If you pick up that extra shift, or if you quit your job and you go to this new job, or if you're applying for the school and you go to that school but you hate what you're going to school for, it's scary, man. And I completely fucking get it. I completely get it. And how do you make the right move? That's why having your ultimate goal, what ultimately drives you forward and what you think will get you the farthest. Now, this is the moment where you grab the joint or you grab the bong, okay? Maybe not a whole joint. You might get too fucked up, but grab the bong, okay? Just grab the bong, take a rip off of it, and really just put on some soaking music and immerse yourself in whatever it is that you're thinking about. Think about, okay, so if I quit my job and I hate the new job, well, fuck. Or what if I get fired at the new job because I suck at it? This is a thing that we all go through. Even I, guys, the holy one, the one who loves Christ the most, myself, that is anxiety. I know. But that's natural, guys. That's that natural anxiety, man. That's that good shit. Whew. Cope with it. Don't pull your head off. Don't kill yourself. Don't do it. It's not worth. Not worth, guys. But completely immerse yourself in whatever it is and try to think about how the other people in your life will be affected by it too. That's how I come to all my best decisions. I swear to the good Lord, in Jesus' name. I always think, okay, so how much time will I have with my baby? Straight and simple. How much time will I get with my daughter? Whenever I'm trying to do something in my life, that's always the number one priority. Okay? How much time, and then that's number one. Then number two, how much time will I have to spend with my wife? Like how much? Because you have to put some time aside for that. Those are the top two important things. And then and then this is subjective. This is where that self-reflect. You're going to have to add things. And this is called motivation. That list, put it at the top, motivation. That is motivation. Boom, right in your face. That's your motivation to do anything that will leave you better off than you were before. If you actually always lean onto that, you will always be better off. Try to not never, right? You don't want to completely eliminate the ego. That's not what I'm saying. You don't want to do that. Don't completely just become this there's a certain word for it. It's like you're disassociating with yourself. Don't completely disassociate. Just kind of disassociate. Have some self-respect for God's sakes, but they're the number one. The real ones will get what I'm saying. The real ones will understand completely. They're the number one, guys. Always. And at the end of the day, dude, if you're not making $75,000 a year, you need to consistently be thinking, okay, so let's say you are working that shitty 9 to 5. What are you doing there? Okay. Let's say you're in a warehouse. Okay. What are you doing? Okay. You're having to operate probably maybe unless you're like fucking, I worked in a plant, so I guess warehouse was the wrong word. But, if you're working in a plant and you're having to operate multiple things at once, okay, multitasking, motherfucker. Multitasking, dude, straight up. That's a good yeah, that's a good little trait to own. Being able to multitask. Although, I will have to say, and at the end of my shift lately, like today, for example, at the end of my shift, I was talking to my boy, and I got too locked into the conversation, and I wanted to walk around and shit. And so I started like walking away from the area that I was supposed to work. It was embarrassing, but it really happened. That's true. You know, forgot why I brought that up. Oh, damn. Well, anyways, making the right decisions. Always. Forever and always. Trying to differentiate between negative thoughts and positive thoughts. I have a lot of those ideas. I have a lot of those myself. Are these actually homegrown thoughts? You know what I'm saying? And what... Oh, we were talking about motivation, man. We were talking about motivation. What drives you? And at the end of the day, dude, as long as you find yourself somewhere in the middle of that list, you're good. I'd say you're good. But you can't differ away from that motivation. Once you lock in, you have to stay locked in. Okay? People spend their lives trying to figure this list out. Do you understand me? People spend 50 fucking years trying to come along and figure out what they're going to do with themselves. You found that. If you got that list, you found it. Straight up. But you can't leave yourself out. You have to be happy. You have to, man. There is a real statistic where dudes are killing themselves a lot. A lot. And it's worrying, man. Because I see all of my homies. I see them. And it's like they're so blissfully unaware of the world. We're talking about people who are working, the graveyard shift at a grocery store. These are people who, they don't know what critical thinking is. Like, if you asked them, do you know what critical thinking is? They would say no. Straight up. But, shit, man. I think you guys get the point, right? I think you guys get the point. Never differ off the list. Because I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. That's why I'm thinking about just cutting this whole thing short. And also, I'm pretty sure this is getting long at this point. Maybe. I guess if I had to say one last thing to kind of wrap up the video, like the one thing to top it off, try to stay Christ-centered. For real. I have found myself recently where I have been in situations and situational thought awareness, guys, where I have been like not wanting to hurt people myself, but questioning why, like, for example, these police, right? They're looking at all these criminals threatening to like kill them and kill their family and stuff. And you're watching them with your own eyes, and you just don't arrest them. I mean, I guess a few of them are getting arrested now. I sure have seen a few clips on the internet, but it sure seems like there's still a lot of retards running around that need wrangling. Okay? Sure seems, in my visual perspective, actually, in my life, things have gotten worse. As long as I'm aware, I actually saw with my own two eyes a tweaker. For the first time. First time ever, guys. Saw a tweaker hanging outside my job. Fucking going like this. I shit you not. In the fucking corner. This was before the snow. This was the day before the snow. Lord knows where that man is. Lord Jesus protect him. Oh, God. Bro got washed away by the fucking universe, man. Fuck. How did you even get there, by the way? Like, just that down bad. Fuck, man. But yeah, everything for me, you know, I haven't really noticed a change. It seems like the only change I've seen is on the internet. My girl makes fun of me because I say all this shit. I don't think she watches the videos, but I say all this shit because I talk to her about it. And she's like, yeah, but you're the only one in real life that I've ever heard talk like this. Are the only other people who agree with you on the internet? Now, given the people I agree with are in the millions, supposedly. But, like, what the fuck? Is it a hidden... Are we really that good at, you know, infiltrating communities? I think we are, guys. I think we might be. We are spies amongst you, by the way. To all you liberal Klansmen out there, guess what, buddy? At least one of you is one of us. I'll tell you that right now, dude. I am the best at getting in the center of liberal talking points. I swear. And they never know. They never know. I called one person a racist. And that was a liberal. I never attacked a Republican in any of these circles, but I'll tell you what, man. Dude, good fucking time. I will never forget this time. I swear, dude. I will never forget it, man. I'm trying to lock in everything and just keep a detailed book on this shit. You know? Be grateful, really. Count your blessings non-jokingly. Count them. And realize how blessed you are, dude. Because there's someone, believe it or not, you're struggling with your bills, you barely have anything. But bro, and this is so fucking real that you don't even get it. There is some dude in the cold fucking wrapped up like this in the Las Vegas tunnels just fucking like fucking hours. And then the fucking dude, the water gates open and whoosh, IRL flushed away. Bro, they're living and flushed away, dude. These people are so poor. Fuck, man. How do we fix that? I don't know, dude. How do we fix that, man? Whew. Stay self-centered. I mean, okay. Stay self-centered, like in the center of that list, but have things above it, have things below it, but keep yourself in the center. Stay grounded. I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate you. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. I don't know what your name is. I don't know the color of your skin, eyes, fucking hair. You know, I don't know your shoe size. But in Jesus' name, bless you. In Jesus' name, man. You have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye!